Oh, it's if I take the overlay down. Good evening, folks. I am Joe Bachman, and this is a special edition of The Burning is Love because I will not be able to do a stream Wednesday night due to town meetings. So I figured I would do one tonight. Going to try out one of the new designs that I got from CreativeMeadows.com. It's if you're looking for stuff to be able to burn on wood, they have the file types for doing like the tumblers, stuff with like crickets and stuff. It's really neat site. You can either buy the images individually, you can buy the bundles, or you can do what I did and just sign up for the $43 for a year membership and have unlimited downloads of everything. Which actually, if you buy, like, it basically works out to like 3.5 bundles, because their bundles I think are normally about $12 a piece. That actually, once you've done 3.5 bundles of images, that you've already hit your $43. So, lots of different design types to choose from, and at some point, I'm waiting to hear, but I will have an affiliate link for them. So I'll be posting that here at some point too. Tonight, I am flying solo, so reading the comments might be a little delayed. And we are also streaming to Kick now. Kick is a streaming platform that came out in 2022, if I remember correctly. Much easier goals as far as being able to attain revenue status with them. And apparently they also pay out better than YouTube and Twitch. So I figured, what the heck? I'll give it a try and see what happens. All it took was me adding in the custom RMTP server address. I do, because they are not tied in with StreamYard, they're tied in with Restream. Their comments will not show up over here, so I'll have to read those if I do get anybody in there. I will have to read those from off to the side here. And my phone is blowing up. Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me, Facebook, to start my stream. But with that, we're going to go ahead. Let's get this other camera pulled up here. Make it the big one, because you guys aren't here to see me. You're here to see what I'm burning tonight. Let's get some music playing. Which, as always, we have the music of Dan Hollifield going. And we are going to start off with... Yeah, we haven't played this album in a while. We're going to do the Displaced Detective Suite by Dan Hollifield. Displaced Detective Suite was based around Stephanie Osborne's book, The Displaced Detective. You can find links to both of them on indiecd.org. And we're going to just start right off with track 1, Indistinguishable from Magic. And we'll get into the comments here real quick. Blade says, I like special editions. Dan says this should be fun. And Foxy says, wonder what tonight's project will be. Well, you know, we're going to pause there on that comment for a second. So I need to lower these down a little bit more so I don't keep hitting the desk. And let's see. I'm hoping this image transfers over well. This particular image, I think, would work better on a larger piece of wood. But we're going to see what happens here. Once you moisten your wood with the acetone, you must give it a nice little rub down. Let's see if that worked the way I hoped it did. Maybe. Come on. Oh yeah, that transferred over really well. Awesome. Can't ask for a much better transfer than that. That works. And we'll flip this off here for a second. So this is the design we're going to be doing tonight. Don't ask me why I picked this one. It was, like I said, it's one of the new ones from Creative Meadows that I downloaded. I just kind of thought it looked cool and wanted to see how easy it would be to burn. And Dan says, contributions to Joe's Buy Me Some More Boards fund can be made by texting BR549. In which I replied, Dan says, I wonder how many people remember that old joke from Hee Haw. Hee Haw's a little bit before my time, so it's that one kind of eludes me, but probably flying solo tonight. Dan says, don't worry, we'll be fine. And we have Donna here. Good evening, Donna. And we also have Michaela here. Good evening, Michaela. And hey, Pops, how you doing this evening? He's over on Facebook. And we have greetings to Michaela and greetings to Donna and Michaela. And Michaela says, it's okay, Joe, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That's always a good thing. And we also have Nick over on Facebook. And we have more greetings from Michaela. And Dane says Thesis is here as well. Carl says, hello everyone, shock and surprise. Foxy, I'm kind of lurking, that's fine. Lurking is always appreciated. Michaela says, hey Carl. And Nick says, cool beans on the affiliate link. Yeah, I thought it was neat that they, I don't know if they do that with everybody lately, but it was shortly after I signed up for the year-long membership that they sent me a thing saying, hey, we have an affiliate thing, sign up for it. So, and Carl says, I hope Foxy and Thesis are feeling better. Yeah, we're hoping the same for them. And we have more greetings, and Bladed says, getting there, Carl. Still coughing, but not as much as before. That is good. That is very good. And Dan's doing a winky face. Still coughing, but not like I was. If I don't talk, I don't cough. I have had sicknesses like that before, and yeah, that's no fun. Carl says, oh, well. Kayla, LOL, that's right. Show us the wood, yes. Must show the wood. And Donna lost her voice once, and a guy said to me, lucky you, huh? I told him, nope, she knows sign language. And Dan says that did transfer all, yes. Love that design. Yeah, I think this is going to look really good once I get it done. Fox says that transferred very well, and Carl says, got my like added. Yes, please do like, share. If you haven't already, do subscribe. And let's figure out how we're going to start this bad boy off. I think we're actually going to start with this tip. So this is kind of a bladed tip here. Not to be confused with our own bladed thesis. In there. That connection's still good. Put that on. We're going to crank that up to about a 4.5. So if this works the way I'm hoping it will, I should be able to kind of do this like I did the leaves. Nice, kind of deep burn into it. I may have to tune that down some because that's down, not up. There we go. Let's try flipping this around and just using this edge. There we go. Now we're not getting so much of the overburn. Still getting a little bit of the tanning of the line, but not nearly as much as when it was set at 4.5. The thing I like about this tip is you can get this nice kind of deep cut-in burn. Come on. Clean off. Thank you. And but yeah, you get this nice kind of deep cut-in burn, and it almost gives it a sort of depth, I guess you would say. I Thought that would look good with these stripes here. Kind of make them pop a little bit. I have to switch back to this method, but that's okay. A little bit slower, just make sure I don't cut too far into the other parts. And oh, we got a comment from Kale. Got my very first Triple X book ready to publish. I'll work on that later tonight. Very nice. Guessing that's not going to be on Amazon. I don't know what their rules are and that kind of stuff, but let us know where it's actually going to be published at. And don't forget to send me the link once it's published. That way I can get it added onto your profile page and send me the cover for it too. Front cover, if you would. And Dan says, like Virgil Finlay did with his line shading and his artwork during the 40s and 50s. Nice. And for those who might be wondering where Dawn is at, I did, when I set up the stream, I told her, you know, with it being just kind of an off the cuff, you know, last minute stream, I told her do not feel like she had to be here tonight. I'm the crazy one for, you know, wanting to hop on and do a stream, you know, kind of off cue, I guess, off schedule. Michaela says no, it won't be on Amazon, but it could. Okay, I just won't use them. It'll be at several other places, however, and yes, I will get you the images and links. Awesome. Let's do. Let's kind of do. Yeah, we're not going to do that with the blades of grass. We're going to switch out tips here. And we're actually going to go to one of the more shading tips for a little bit. Well, not shading, but filling in tips. Kind of move you over there, so now you go back into that container. Not that it really matters, because I'm pretty sure I have all those containers mixed up at this point. And start shading in this gentleman here. Oh, there was a spot. Let me see. Look at the original image. Is it that little bitty spot right there? Okay. Just looks bigger on the computer screen. Gotcha. So we're going to try and leave that little spot right there unburned, because that's supposed to kind of be the, his arm being bent. That might just get colored in. We'll see here. Yeah, we're just going to color it in. So I think I got lost in the mix already anyway. Okay, it says LOL, look bigger on the screen. Well, magnification does wonders for some things. Trust me, I should know. I'm still waiting to find a phone with a good enough zoom on the camera. But since this is not the green room, I'll just keep my rest of my comment to myself there. This is where it's going to get interesting. It's right here. So I'm going to try and keep his nose feature. Not have it blend in with the rest of his face. Because we don't want Lord Voldemort here. Which is, with as much smoke as this wood is giving off, this has got to be a pine. Then it kind of smells like a pine. Let's go straight across here and we'll fill him in. Work our way back up. Ah, I forgot to hit live local recording. Shoot. I think I can still pull just this camera's feed. I'll have to find out. I need to remember to start doing that, because I like to turn what I'm doing here into a time-lapse video afterwards. Just means that once I hit end stream, I have to sit here for a little bit longer so it actually gets everything uploaded in the StreamYard. And let's see, get back into the comments here. Foxy, that's what he said. Lamau from Michaela. Carl, Joe managed the green room himself. Oh, I managed the green room myself a lot. Dan should have heard what I was thinking. Our minds were probably in sync, Dan. Let's be honest here. And we have a lull from Michaela. Carl, at least it's not naughty. Naughty Pine, yeah. Yeah, I try to stay away from naughty woods in general, or naughty woods. Joe, at least you hit our show. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Don says that's what happens when you do sneak attack burn. Hey, look, we got Don here. Hello, Don. And Trey, no time lapse then. No, more than likely no time lapse, but we'll see. I gotta check after the show to see if this camera can be pulled separate. Says at least you didn't miss a whole half hour like some other show. Wow, Dan, how are your knees feeling, buddy? Carl says there's Dawn, and Dawn says next thing you know, Dan will forget to... Wow! Oh, Dan, I hope you can feel the love there, sir. And we have greetings to Dawn and an LOL at Dawn from Michaela. Dawn says, just finished making dinner. If Joe's still going when I'm done, I'll hop on. All right. And we have greetings from Bladed to Dawn, and Carl saying hey to Trey, and Trey saying hello to everyone. So let's get this top part colored in here real quick. And we're going to take a short commercial break. Because I've done so much burning the last few days, my neck is actually a little stiff. I was not prepared for the amount of signs I was going to end up doing. Honestly, when I ordered the wood for Dan's Studio D sign, it came as a 4-pack, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, man, I'm going to have to try and figure out what else I can burn on this, because I'm not used to... You know what, I'm just going to hit this now, because I'm going to green room myself. Or maybe I'm not. Oh, there it is. There we go. Yeah, just going to green room myself now. I'm not used to working with wood that's that long and wide. It was more the length that got me than anything. Insert that's what she said comments. So I was happy when Lindsay wanted a sign of her own. So I'm like, okay, there's a second one. And then Josh ended up ordering one Friday night. So I'm actually down to just one piece of that wood now, or of that particular sign. Yeah, I don't know why Trey doesn't have a wrench here. Apparently I never gave her... Wait, I know why I never gave her one. She never watches my streams because she says she can hear me through the floor. Literally, she is sitting, like, right above me here. And so we got... Michaela says there's a whole lot of burning happening in here. And Carl says, wait a minute, Trey has a new name without a wrench? No wrench from me in here. Donna laughs wickedly. Yeah, I kind of figured, Donna, that would spark your mind a bit. And Carl says, length? I get most comments about girth. Well, the girth is only about 4 inches. The length is 12. Either way, it's more than I'm used to. But with that, we're going to take a small commercial break here just so I can kind of pop things. And we will keep hopping and popping along here. And let's hit the pause button here. And we are going to play an ad for, I haven't done some of these ads in a while. We're going to play an ad for Amy Hale. All right, and we are back. I guess I can set that. No, we're not going to set that there. We're going to set that over here. And let's get the music flowing again. We're going to hop over to track number 2, Rescue at the Falls. Get this bad boy turned back on. I'm also looking at ordering a glove for this hand, because my thumb keeps taking the brunt of the heat coming off this tip. And to be quite honest, that burning is not love right there. That burning actually hurts a little bit. So we're actually going to be going through a few different tips here tonight. And we're going to continue using this one for the primary coloring in of the larger areas. And probably switch over to the ballpoints when I go to start doing the grass. Just because I fear that's going to be easier to control the tip than with this one. We'll have it looking like blades of grass. And Chris, I think, told me he gets something funny about a minute before the stream. He laughs. Alex is dropping my like, and then popping back out, working on stuff. Hoping everyone has a great evening. You too, Alex. It's always great to see you here, bud. And Don says, love for your hand. Yeah, pretty much. I'm actually looking at it's actually made for professional hairstylists. It just covers like these 3 fingers. But they're supposed to be heat resistant, so we'll see. I may have to try and find a thin set of leather gloves. But there's a website I'm looking at that has a bunch of different suggestions on there. And Don says, never mind my last comment. Hi, we have greetings to Alec, a Lamau Dawn from Michaela. It says you're going to get a glove, make sure it's white and covered in rhinestones. Yeah, I'm not Michael Jackson. And Carl says, "Hey, Alec." Trey says, "Ooh, got a wrench." Yep, I took that commercial break to give you the wrench real quick. And more greetings to Alec. And Dan says, "One night I intend to do an entire show without going live, but sneakily recording it to upload once I get enough comments about being absent-minded." And Alex greeting everybody. And Donna says, "A few different tips." That's what she said. Hides behind Trey. Kayla, it's good to have options. Yep. And that's what I love about this new burner, because you can see the little red caps here, and there's multiples back there for all the different types of things this thing has. Trey says, "Lamau and Donna, last time my sister tried to hide behind me, I did a fucking roll." And we have greetings from Josh. "Hey Josh, how you doing this evening?" Which he found his way over to YouTube here. And Donna says, "I think Dan forgot to hit start because it was just he and the guys." And Foxy says, "Back for a minute." Oh, welcome back, Foxy. And you see I had at least one viewer over here on Cake. If you're still here, feel free to comment. I'll read out your comments while we're going here. Let's get this guy started. I'm gonna come back to the room with his hat with smaller ballpoint. Yeah. That'll kind of preserve it better. And some nose on this one. Yeah, lines up here. Push out. Nose. There we go. And let's see here. Blade says, "I would have hopped on last night, but I was exhausted and basically fell asleep at my desk while waiting for the show to go live. Sorry about that, Thesis." We got greetings to Josh and Foxy from Trey. Tyler says, "Yeah, but you like me better than your sister, right? Right?" Chuckles nervously. And we have a wave from Foxy, and Carl says, "Same here, Thesis. Cannot keep my eyes open." And Trey says, "I would never sacrifice you, Aunt Donna." And Josh says, "Tumblr's on the way tomorrow. Your sign and Dan and Lindsay's sign will probably be mailed out. Well, it might be mailed out tomorrow now, because the meeting I had at the office for tomorrow is canceled now, so I don't have to go into the office. So that'll give me time to actually get everything packaged up tomorrow during the day and get it over to the post office." And Dan says, "Carl, my show has had that effect on lots of people." Yawn. And greetings to Carl from Josh. And Foxy says, I think for thesis it's more being sick. He's usually up late. Yeah. Yeah, being sick will kill that pretty quick. Carl says, Dan, it wasn't the show, I was worn out. We got greetings to Trey from Josh. Greetings to Josh from Carl. Dan says, Donna has that effect on men too, Carl. And Josh saying hi to Dan. And greetings to Josh from Donna. And greetings back. And Donna says, feels warm and fuzzy. Trey likes me! Bladed says, do you need mailing address to me or did you get it from Nick? No, I will need your mailing address actually. If you can, you or Foxy send that to me or the wife, either one, let me know. Just send it to us through Facebook. And Don says there was a certain LMS that was quite spicy. Yeah, and I think it was Stupid O'Clock before that was a spicy show too. That was just a spicy night in general. Or like your night last night, Dawn, where you were, stuffed full of Italian, it was the spicy meatball. There's two little spots there. Oh, and other news, something I just thought about. Trey's office is fully set up now, including her little electric tea kettle. So hopefully we can start hounding her into figuring out a format for a live stream, and we may have another creative stream going on throughout the week. And getting back to the comments here real quick. We have greetings to Dawn from Josh. And we're going to skip that. Not the green room. No, she said, no comment about the meatballs. You didn't have meatballs. Okay. And we have Josh, or Dawn greeting Josh with the bird. And we have Josh laughing here. Dan says, green room is definitely needed tonight. Or all this talk about meatballs, I need to get a Tom's. Yeah, that happens. Josh says, yep. And Trey says, just need to get the overhead rig and a co-host, and I think it can be done. So I am available some nights to help co-host. Yeah, I'll look up the rig and everything for you at some point soon here, dear. And Dan says at this rate, we're going to have more streams broadcasting each week than BKM ever thought about doing. Yeah. there's quite a few streams coming out, which is good. Now, if one of us could just figure out how to, make that viral stream that gets all of us, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. The website I was looking at earlier today to try and figure out what types of gloves would be good for, saving my thumb from being scorched. Also said on there that, oh yeah, this is definitely pine. Ooh, there's some sap. Sorry, squirrel. Also said that I should be wearing an N95 mask while doing this. Yeah. I am not going to be wearing an N95 mask while doing this. Blade says, I'm thinking of doing a recorded stream, building a journal, and using my phone for the overhead if you want to try that. That's not a bad idea, and you do have a spare phone right now, Trey. And Trey says, nice, that's a good idea. And Dan says, maybe Thesis and Lindsay ought to do an Asian tea ceremony versus British high tea as a panel discussion cast. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting to watch.
Ooh.
Howdy!
Hi!
I'm no longer flying solo!
I see this.
And
Good evening, everybody.
Trey says, I would love to see that. And we're going to kick it over to track 3, Meditations of a Displaced Detective.
Hi, everybody. I didn't get a chance to say hi to. I was eating dinner and tried to type and eat and everything. So hi, everybody. I missed. And, excuse me. A wild dawn appears. That's how I feel right now, is a wild dawn.
I'm going to just leave that alone and...
Hold on, I gotta put my glasses back on, and when I put my glasses back on, I will get back to the comments. I realized that I had a smudge on them.
I hate that. Especially when you don't know where the smudge came from.
The what?
Especially when you don't know where that smudge came from, because, like, you're looking through your glasses, and all of a sudden it's just like you blink once, and it's like, wait a second, why is half my vision blurry? What's going on here?
Right, you're like, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see here. Carl says, I don't know how StreamYard does a phone as a second cam, but OBS does it even though it's not easy. Wasn't that what are you using a second cam, right, Joe?
Yeah, I'm using a second camera. So to do actually, you know what, Carl brings up a good point. You'd have to have 2 separate StreamYard accounts. I believe one for each phone, because if you log in from the other device under the same account, it's going to kick you out, I think. Which also probably means that I wouldn't be able to co-host unless I did a separate account.
You'll think about it. You'll figure it out. You're smart.
Yeah, it'll give me something to work on tomorrow.
Okay. Carl said, hey, Don. Hey, Carl. I'm glad you guys are okay. We were all kind of a little concerned last night. Thesis said that he got a pretty cheap tripod that works well for holding the phone. That's what I used to record the video of me and Foxy and Vernick a while back.
Nice.
Okay. And Dan said, I will suggest it to Lynn, but she hates being on camera. Aww. But we'll be there supporting her. Just Foxy said,
Well,
I'm about the same fan. I'm not a fan of cameras.
you could always do it without the camera on.
You just do voice, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you could
got
just
such a
do voice
pretty
with an avatar.
And Thesis said, I've got the free StreamYard, so I would have to bring the phone in as a guest. That's an idea.
Mhm.
And Trey said, worries for another night. I'm just glad I finished it.
Yeah.
And Carl said, there's an app called OBS Ninja that lets you do it, but I forgot what I learned about it. Ha ha. And Dan said, I believe that OBS can handle multiple cameras, and StreamYard will accept OBS as a virtual camera.
Will, yes. Actually, that's how I started off doing one of the shows, I thought. I think that's how I started off doing this one. Occasionally.
So it looks like my week is going to be quite busy.
What do you have going on this week?
Well, apparently everybody and their brother wants to take me out for lunch or dinner.
Oh, that's good.
I have 3 lunch dates or dinners this week already.
Free food.
Well, I might have to pay for some of it, which I don't mind. I get to be among friends. And Carl's agreeing with Dan and said, yes, Dan, that's how I hosted BKM's show for a while.
Let's see how this does. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to mute.
I didn't know something happened.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Ted just opened up there. Hey, sweetie. Oh, okay. Sure.
That actually never even came through your microphone.
Well, that's good. I get on here to read comments and everybody shuts up. I see how it is. Carl said you can use 2 webcams as long as you have 2 USB buses in the computer. Like 1 cam in the computer's front and 1 plugged into the back. Some laptops, though, will use 1 bus, which messes things up.
Well, she'd actually be using the built-in laptop camera and then a secondary camera to show the crochet. So that should still be technically 2 separate buses, I would think. All right. Whew.
Let's see. Donna goes, I wasn't saying anything anyway. I react comment. And Foxy said, I'm just quiet tonight, tired of coughing. I understand that.
Yep.
And Carl said, right, Dawn, it's a double penetration camera technique.
Yeah. You said double.
Penetration, even. I know it's been brought up, but here we go.
Yeah, he said technique.
He said penetration.
Okay, which...
And Carl said that sounds like it would work, Joe.
Aha. I think that's the one I want. I want that one in a minute. I want this one first. Go off to the side. Slide you over without burning myself, preferably. Click you in. And I think this is going to be a good moment to run an ad. Oh,
Whose ad are you running? Or are you just going to put it in the chat for me to guess again?
let's run.
Oh, surprise me.
I'm going to play ads I haven't played in a while. We're going to play Jodie McPhee, and then we're going to play Kat Rothermel also.
Okay.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
And let's run one for Kat Rothermel.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And we are back.
Don't believe that cat is part of IndieCD yet.
Nope, not yet.
Okay, guys, keep working on that one for her.
I'll get Nick on. Yeah, I'll get Nick on her. We're going to kick it over to track 4 on Limited Sky. Tomorrow night, Behind the Code, we do have a new member that we're setting up. It's the one that you referred on, Darian.
Awesome.
I'm hoping he gets back to me. I might be missing his profile picture, so I might have to just set kind of like a default avatar in there, because the first time he sent it, it didn't, for whatever reason, didn't come through. But so I'll may have to do that, and then there is one other profile we do need to set up. And do you know which one that is?
Whose?
Yours.
Mine?
Technically, you're a streamer.
Shh. You people are really pushing me to do a show. I don't even know what the hell I would do in a show, but I do.
You go through and you're co-host on 2 of my shows. You guest appearance on Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing, and
After Wednesday, I don't think I'm ever going to be allowed on Nevermind the Furthermore. Oh, by the way, Carl said that he needs to get another camera. I keep giving my extras away. I'll give you this one back, Carl.
nope, you're stuck with it.
I get a feeling if I were to give this back to Carl, somehow another camera would just randomly show up at my doorstep.
I have no idea what you mean, Dawn.
hmm There is the link for Jodie McPhee, and then we already said that Kat is not with or not on IndieCD yet, so we need to work on that. And Dan said that Lynn said she'd be willing to do the tea show, but she would like to get to know Thesis better, so she would be more comfortable doing a show together. I wouldn't count on it happening soon. Well, just keep sweet talking that young lady, Dan, because she's an absolute doll, and we all love to see her and talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
And Thesis LOL, and Dan said she hates being on camera, so putting her and Thesis in the same chat would have to be done a couple of times first. Dan, there's access to the green room 24/7, so I'm sure that you guys could come up with a time that you could sit there and be like, please, nobody else join us. This is just going to be Lindsay and Dan and Thesis having a chat, and we would all respect that because we respect Lindsay and you, I guess. We do respect you, but so Thesis said he's not a biggest fan of being on camera. Odd to hear considering I do a live stream twice a month, but it's true.
It takes getting used to. You know.
One thing that helped me was I didn't start just jumping and going, hey, I'm going to be in my own show now. I think being on like Stupid O'Clock, Last Man Standing, even being on like the chats and stuff starting helped out quite a bit.
Yeah. Or you get to see how other people do it, and it just kind of helps.
And Carl said, did Joe say streamer or screamer?
Yes.
Squeer. Not screamer, I'm a squeer. Get it right, Carl. If you're going to insult me, get it right.
I almost green room. We are going to need a green room after tonight. So I almost green room myself again.
Quick question. Is there a Cryptid Crunch tonight?
Oh.
Okay, one of you people in the audience, will you look for that? I'm sure that Dan or Carl would know very quickly. And Dan said, Dawn Doula's Content Angel. I bet I misspelled her last name. No, that's the right name, but Content Angel. I need some context for that. And Carl said, nope, you're stuck with us now. And Donna said, no, that's next week for Cryptid Crunch. Thanks for checking. And Thesis said, being last man standing in the green room. Green ham.
Green egg served next Friday.
Green room has definitely helped me get comfortable on camera for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want some context about the whole angel thing, Content Angel thing too, because, and granted, even the devil was an angel at one point, but
Carl said Cryptid is next. Donna was faster. Thank you guys for checking, because I was like, that's coming up. Mm-hmm. And Dan clarified content.
Gotta love the English language.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, folks, the safe word is flower. Pronounced flower and spelled as flower.
Unless there's a kumquat around. I'm not going to put that idea in anybody's head. I don't trust you people putting bad ideas in your head because you guys like to run with them. Oh, then again, so do I. That's why we're all friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Michaela was on here earlier. I'm trying to catch up with everything. I think Vengeance, her proof came.
Nice.
I think. If she's still listening on, let us know where you're at on everything with Vengeance. And Dan said, I'm sorry, I have the most atrocious Southern accent. LOL. Shut up, Dan. I mean, don't shut up. Keep talking, Dan. You know what I mean. Some people's children.
Okay. Just about done with this tip. We'll move over to the.
I can't say that like you would say it to Donna, or to Donna. So I'm just not going to say it. I'll say it, but hey, Dan, or hey, geez, you would think that I was something. Hey, Donna, Dan is saying hello, sweetie. And Carl said, Dawn, you or Joe just have to say stop commenting. That will fill the chat up.
That one is done.
Like dead done, or you're just done using that tip?
Just done using that tip.
Okay.
I think B1 is
Oh.
the smallest.
Dan said that actually, Dawn, that was meant for you. Oh, Dan, I'd be happy to share it with Donna, though. There's enough for you to go around.
Rattle.
Donna said, hello, sweetie Dan. See? We have enough love to go around. And then you hear the birds chirping in the background.
And now we're going to go to track 5, Highly Energetic Particles Boogie.
Donna said, well, damn, Dan. And she's like, I can share. See, me and Donna, we shared well. We both like to share. Oh. And Carl said, back in the BKM days, and never mind the furthermore, one of the guests told everyone to stop commenting. 1 hour later,
Yeah,
Foxy said,
imagine that
right
one.
along. Well, look at what happened Wednesday. That was nuts. I was not expecting a 3-hour stream. And my back reminded me why I don't do 3-hour streams very often. And Dan said, Donna, you know I love you both. We know. That's why we're willing to share. And Carl said that is coming along nicely. I'm assuming he's talking about the burn.
Thank you.
I'm assuming. I could be wrong.
The hard part's going to be making sure I get all these little blades of grass shaded in. Okay, 4 is too hot, 3 apparently is too cool, so let's just meet in the middle and go 3.5.
Okay. But isn't that a lot of it you have to kind of play with and figure out what tips work the best? Because every wood is different. And every tip probably does it a different way or a different, they burn it a different way depending on their heat, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and with this being the ballpoint tip, this is actually the smallest ballpoint tip out of the 3 that this set came with. So it's nicer for these kind of finer lines, but you still have to control how heavy you're pressing down, because it'll just as easily burn deep into the wood and give you a wider burn mark, essentially. So I'm trying to find that happy medium, and also, pine is very funny about how it burns, because when I get done with this, you'll notice that it's more of a kind of a brownish color for the burn, unlike a lot of the other ones you guys have seen me do. It's more of a almost, true black.
I never thought of that either, that different woods would have different... It makes sense. It does, but I'd never thought of it. Why is it that you guys make me think of things I would never think of that make sense?
Because we like seeing your brain go.
You want to see if there's more smoke coming out of my ears than there is coming out of your wood.
Mhm.
That didn't sound right. Oh, and Mr.
No, it
Walker
didn't.
says, hello, Chris. He
Hey,
said,
Chris.
hello, Joe, John, and everyone else who's watching. He had to go be special and be on Facebook. He wanted to go where the cool kids hang out. And Dawn, I am not talking about myself in third person, I promise. Dan said, oh dear, I'm glad I deleted the comment that was supposed to be here. I green-roomed myself while I was typing. Well, now you got to type it over, whether it's green-roomed or not.
Mhm.
Earl said, going downstairs to get another Sprite for green room. Does Donna need anything down there? Dan said, don't burn a hole in your wood, Joe. Yeah, don't do that. Trey would probably be very sad. Us? Makes sense. That'll be the day, Dan added.
That's fair.
It makes sense to those who know what we're like. And Donna said, no thanks, Woodsman dude.
Whew. Okay, thumb was starting to get a little crispy there. Oh.
So do you order those clips from online, or can you go pick them up in a store, or what? Or
I
you-
can probably get
Right.
them in a store. I'll probably just order them off Amazon. Actually,
I didn't know if your
probably
wife
do
had any that you were just going to go steal some from her.
No. Actually, I probably should have added that to my Amazon order today. I didn't think about it. I ordered a scale to be able to weigh packages, so that I should be able to just print my labels.
Joe, you got a scale to weigh your wood because you had to know what size your wood was for the package.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll just go with that.
Well, it's more like the government wants to know what size my wood is. That way I put
So
the
they have
proper
to weigh your package.
That way I put the proper postage on the package. Which I feel a
Yeah,
lot better
so-
today after taking a look again at the shipping. Because last night when I was looking at it during LMS and Stupid O'Clock, I was so tired that I was shifting the decimal point over one spot
Oops.
when I was looking at it through USPS, and I'm like, holy shit, it's going to cost $15 to ship this. And I went to UPS.com, so I'm like, okay, well, let's see what UPS is going to charge me. And they were like $15-16 for ground. I'm like, holy crap. Well, I went back in today. No, my brain just shifted the decimal point over because, for some reason the post office thinks, it's a great idea to say, oh, it's $1.56 in postage for this size package, but put it on their site as 1.560. I'm sorry, since when has our postage that I can remember ever been in decimal points? Outside of, it being 64 cents right now, of course, but having a third number. Jerks.
So I've heard Pirate Ship is a good place to go through if you're looking to get a subscription or whatever for it. If you feel like you're going to be doing a lot of shipping.
Yeah, I'll probably look into that at some point, because I've got quite a few different options right now. Since I do everything through PayPal as far as taking the money, it'll link up with USPS, and that's probably how I'm going to ship everything, is just through the postal service. But PayPal links up with them, and I believe WooCommerce, which is the shop plugin that's going to be used on the Burning is Love website, also links up with USPS.
Okay. Okay, well, Carl is back from getting his Sprite. And Chris said he just wants to make sure the box can handle the wood.
Yep. And of course, you gotta wrap it in bubble wrap. You gotta use protection. And then that way it's ribbed for... Never mind.
No, you open your mouth, finish it.
Nope.
Yep.
I don't wanna. You can't make me.
Trey, will you go downstairs and make him? That would be funny if all of a sudden we see her behind you.
I started listening for the footsteps. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that I can at least put that fear in you. Dan said poplar, not popular, is a very bad wood for wood burning. It had a very irregular density that can be pretty as chips for parquet floors, but can burn differently from 1 inch to the next. Where I grew up was an entire line of poplar trees, so I'm familiar with them, not popular. Big ass leaves too.
And that might be what this is poplar, because it's got some kind of different tones to it as far as how it burned, but that actually doesn't look too bad on camera.
That looks pretty sweet. But it's kind of what I'm. What's cool about burning, and this is what was neat about like with the one you made for George and everything like that, is that it's not. It's so hand done that it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be one line that's darker, one line that's lighter, and that gives it so much depth and so much personality. Yeah, okay. I just said that Joe's wood has personality.
And depth.
Well, Thesis said you got to have the right box for the wood, otherwise everything just feels weird. And Trey said, if I try to make him open his mouth, it won't be allowed in the stream. Wink. Joe, you're turning a little red. Do it right way.
A girl.
I love you, Trey. Carl said that it looks great. Go ahead and hold it up while I'm reading through these, so people can see it as you're going. Okay, looks great. And Donna's like, that's really cool. And Dan said, looks good on my monitor. So yeah, that does look really good. And then Donna said, Thesis is feeling Joe's wood.
He will be later this week when the package arrives at his house.
You sent your package to him. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be sent out Monday.
Yep.
Monday, possibly Tuesday, because of waiting on the scale to come in.
And Chris said, great job.
Thank you.
He's still over there hanging out with the cool kids.
But I think with that, we will wrap this show up. And I'm just going to get Discord to start loading now. And
Well, I'm sorry I missed some of it. My dinner was good. But, you know.
But thank you for coming on, Dawn. And we will see you guys all tomorrow night for Behind the Code at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
And Carl said, good show. And Dan said, USPS, when you really need your package to have an impact on the receiver.
Good night, folks.